sorry for the abrupt conclusion and sudden resumption. Where's the controller?
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for saving me, Karen, sirs. You be careful too. Thank you kindly for saving me, sirs. You be careful too. Treasure chest.
Not bad.
Balm of life. Revives one life from KO and fully restores their HP. Sweet. Noble scriptures.
It's useful, I
Health
say grab it.
incense. Health incense.
What now?
Health incense? Improves the constitution, increasing max HP by 5. Heroin, take it. Immediately. A lot of grunting. Why are you grunting so much? I guess it's because he's sprinting. Well, should we check the other side before we go too much higher here?
It's all clear.
I don't know if we're gonna get ourselves into trouble here. Oh shit. Objective. We should have gone to the side.
Everything all right?
You're late. Were you waylaid by the fighting? There were people struggling to get away. We couldn't just abandon them. In that case, well done. Still, there are likely more the assistants inside.
Look.
'Tis a sorry mess that the royal funeral led to. I could never have imagined. We have only Luis to blame. Launching an attack on the proceedings was unthinkable. That's not all he's done. That mad subordinate of his, you said he's after the war. He said he's after the royal scepter. Yes, no doubt to offer it to his master. Once Luis takes it in hand, I fear the whole country will bend to his whims. We can't let that happen. I mean, we can't stop him, right? So let's keep moving.
Onward.
The entrance to the upper levels is up ahead. Try to keep up. Couldn't you slow down and come with us?
Damn it.
Oh, I just wanted to go back to see the other side. Okay, I guess I'll never see the other side. Hopefully there weren't more people who needed to be saved. There almost certainly were.
However,
You've got to be joking. That thing looks absolutely massive. We have to climb the whole way.
Yes.
This is going to take a while. Indeed we do. The Royal Scepter Chamber is at the top. Let us make haste. Wow. I don't know that we're gonna get there right now.
hurry!
We're close now. Just a little bit further.
Yep, we're safe here. Look at that.
The door's up ahead.
What's become of this place? Is that Magla? And in a building like this?
It's just like in the abandoned mines.
What was that sound?
Brace yourselves. It's collapsing.
Look, the entrance!
Wait,
Damn
why is
it.
the Royal Scepter here?
Now how are we supposed to get inside?
This isn't the
I'll not
palace.
be getting in this way. That collapse was no accident. He means to halt our advance.
Collapsed
Best
a
to
bunch
seek
of
another way.
rocks in this building.
And I have a plan to do it.
The plan's more than I have. Right. Lead the way.
Before we go any further, I would have my answers. We must speak of the man Luis executed.
So, were you a friend to Grius?
Yes. I knew him as Alsace, Arvid Alsace. He'd been engaged as a tutor to His Royal Highness, teaching him swordsmanship at the king's behest.
I didn't expect you'd know him.
I wouldn't have expected you to know him.
Yes. Well, it was back when I myself was serving as one of His Highness's personal guards.
You're a personal guard for the prince.
I was. Now he is lost to me. Which brings me to the heart of my concern. I hope you can give me the answer I seek. Why were you trying to kill Luis?
Well,
We can't reveal the reason for the assassination.
Revenge. The assassination is for His Highness. To avenge his death.
Revenge?
Not just for the prince. Luis killed the king as well.
Alsace was a calculating man. Callous, where softer hearts falter. He was not some wild-eyed revolutionary, driven by petty emotion. Why would such a man sacrifice all in the name of revenge?
Who knows? Is that all you wanted to know then?
If nothing else, you were friends of Alsace. Once more, I would humbly request your blades at my side.
I'd think you'd find surer allies among the Guard.
You saw for yourself their failings today. A legion may be easily divided. A squad of few elites, however, moves as one. I'll have us into the Grand Cathedral. I know the way. Will you assist me?
Naturally. How about you?
Of course.
Of course.
Right. Not much point in asking, really.
I'm a hero. Why did we get involved exactly? I guess we just don't.
Oi! Where's the state
because
army?
Luis is
I
involved.
can't believe all the mess at the king's funeral. Our country's doomed, isn't it?
Pretty chaotic here.
With good reason. I was there, and even I struggled to grasp the situation.
Oh, you're back. Have you seen Maria?
Maria, she's missing.
She heard the commotion and ran off. She can't have gotten far.
Oi, Fabienne! We found Maria!
Maria!
Don't move her. She suffered a blow to the head.
She must have been caught in the wave of people fleeing. Poor girl.
She's unconscious, but I don't believe it's life-threatening.
Oh, but he'll be along soon, won't he?
He's...
I'm sorry.
I was prepared for the worst, but
Damn it. Fabienne is taking care of Maria. Sounds like she'll have to stay put and rest for a while.
Aren't there people still left inside?
Most of the soldiers sent in to help haven't returned. I expect Luis's forces made short work of them. No one's sure if that human's corpse is safe either, so it's just been left to rot.
Underground, there is a mausoleum where the dead are interred. It opens to the Grand Cathedral on the other side.
And we can trust your word, can we? How do we even get into this mausoleum?
There's a gate just beside the recruitment center. We'll make our way in from there.
Right. Let's hurry.
Is the magla being drawn off our bodies? Check your approval rating by pressing LB. Archetypes as manifestations of heroes can sense the fame of their use. You'll grow popular naturally and by helping people. In addition, mag proportionate to your ranking will accumulate daily at any coronation rock where leading candidates' faces are carved into their surfaces by the king's magic. You can collect multiple days worth at once, so it doesn't matter if you miss a day. I'm surprised you can't collect mag from these things, but I don't know, it would have made sense either. The underground mausoleum that existed before the Grand Cathedral was built. The cathedral was connected to it for the convenience of the Sanctus, and there's a passageway through the basement. Few locals know of this path, as most prefer the main entrance than to walk among the dead. Day of the Hero. The annual holiday October 27th of the Uchronian calendar, celebrating the three kingdoms of Uchronia. Uchronia, Oceania, and Montario is one united kingdom, as remains to this day. More precisely, it celebrates the day the first king of the United Kingdoms was coronated. The titular hero refers to the then king of Uchronia, who put an end to the Annex War. Did you say crowned? The former king Hythlodaeus V may have chosen this day to mark the end of the struggle for the throne because of its historical significance, a momentous day marking a kingdom's rebirth. The royal magic of the previous king. The late Hythlodaeus V was the first king to invoke the royal magic in several hundred years. None could have foreseen its consequences, as it was planned in secrecy and was triggered only after his death. Its activation threw the capital into chaos. The magic he invoked was peculiar. He called for a competition of the people's support, starting with the crown that would be conferred to whoever could win, stating that the crown would be conferred to whoever could win the most faith among the populace, regardless of birth or circumstance, at the end of a designated period. In addition, in order to monitor the competition, other phenomena appeared, including the royal palace floating in the sky, the giant face of the king peering from beneath it, and the mysterious stones throughout the kingdom that depict those with the most support. No one yet knows the full extent of his magic. Face rock. Peculiar giant rocks with candidates' faces on them appeared throughout the kingdom around the same time the royal magic was evoked. Evidence suggests they were created by the royal magic. The general understanding is that candidates' faces appear in prominence based on their public approval rating, and the rocks constantly alter in response to changes in these rankings. The Apparently, candidates higher in rankings take up more of the rock's surface. Water merchant. The merchants who sell precious potable water, especially vital in Grand Trad, where lack of water is a chronic issue because of heavy desertification. Water merchants know where safe water sources exist and how to purify drinking water. Do not reveal their trade secrets to others. In times of disaster or extreme drought, water can be valued higher than gold. A majority of water merchants are paripus, who have no qualms with the arduous labor the profession demands. Slave classes. A class of people considered so low across the kingdom that none can be born into it. Rather, it is a restriction on citizenship imposed as a form of punishment for crimes. The criminal becomes the legal property of another for a fixed sentence, and during this period, any action that leads to a slave's death, participation, or in additional crimes, or even self-harm will result in the owner being charged. Weird. Hulkenberg. Heiselin Hulkenberg, a Rusant lady, lady knight, met in Grand Trad. Once a member of the Royal Knights, she served the prince alongside Grius. Although the prince was formally declared dead, she believed that he'd survived the attack and searched for him alone. Given her social status, she was called by her family name during her travels, which she has become completely accustomed to the point that she introduces herself that way. Weird. Why would she not be used to it? Wouldn't. Okay. Ithlidaeus V, the kingdom of Uchronia's former king, prior to his assassination by Luis, he arranged for his death to trigger the royal magic, which prompted a competition for the throne's succession in which every member of the kingdom was eligible, thus ushering in a time of unprecedented turmoil and uncertainty. His early reign was marked by substantial efforts to uphold his high-minded ideals, but his authority gradually diminished over the years. After the prince was attacked and presumed dead, he became an empty husk of his former self and stopped participating in politics. That he would prepare an elaborate and bizarre magic spell in secret, completely defying his style of reign until then, came as a complete shock to his subjects, further adding to the disarray. Necromancer. A man clad in black who appears to be one of Luis's closest aides. Certain physical characteristics of his suggest he's a half-blood, since he has such as his single Clemar horn and the eye on his forehead that doesn't open. It's said he's powerful enough to single-handedly defeat a wave of oncoming soldiers, but what's more terrifying is his ability to magically manipulate the deceased's remains into undead soldiers. Using manipulation magic on people's remains is considered a highly monstrous act, and mages who engage in it, called necromancers, lose all social standing. To wit, the upper echelons of Grand Trad society were aghast that Luis would leave such a madman unsupervised at all, much less at the royal funeral for the late king. The calendar. The Kingdom of Uchronia uses a 5-day week in its calendar: Flames Day, Waters Day, Arbor's Day, Metals Day, and finally Idol's Day. 365 days in a year and 12 months. Each month has 6 weeks, except December, which has 7, the last of which is called Idol's Week and is treated as a week of rest. Oh, right. The names of the calendar days are based on the creation myths of sanctism, and thus Idol's Day is intended for rest and prayer. Likewise, the entire kingdom spends Idol's Week in preparation for a prosperous new year. That said, towns and villages in areas where sanctism has less influence often have their own customs and names. Royal flowers. The white flower associated with the Uchronian royal family, also depicted in the national coat of arms. Though beloved by Uchronians for generations, as a sign of respect to the royal family, it is now customary to refrain from using the flower in familial celebrations. Until some decades ago, colonies of the flower could be seen around Grand Trad, but have since been lost because of the rapid expansion of Tradia Desert. It is said that few natural colonies exist in the present day. Knight. A mark of esteem granted by the Kingdom of Uchronia in recognition of one's military merit, humanitarian efforts, scholastic achievement, or other noteworthy accomplishments. Those who've been knighted vow to uphold their powers in chivalric spirit, and today many knights also vow to defend their sanctist faith, viewing it as an intrinsic part of their noble duty after it was instated as the state religion. Knights are respected in society and enjoy various privileges that match their high status. However, if any knights conduct themselves in a manner contrary to chivalric values, they're deemed as disloyal to the king, and thus heavily condemned. Knights turned criminal are commonly called fallen knights and lose all social credibility. Knights may be armed, but are not necessarily members of the army. For example, royal knights serve the royal palace directly under the king. They may participate in the army under the king's command, but they are not subject to the whims of the military. Well then, unfortunately, it's a little late out here, and I think that maybe I should, call that a quick episode.
You little bastard, you.
Rock.
Hello there.
What business have you at the Grand Cathedral? We came to see the Coronation Rock.
Sure.
We were just curious about the rock. Could we just take a look and be on our way?
This?
It's a stone created by the royal magic. If the faces appear in the giant stone king's eye, they also appear here. Let's see what we have here. First up is Ford, and it appears Luis is second. Third is, who's this? There are other smaller faces too, but I don't recognize any of them. No telling where it goes from here, though. It's still pretty uncharted territory for us.
Yep.
Now we know where we stand. Should we get
Hello
back to it? You came to see the human. You came to see that monster. Don't come crying to me if you regret it. That's the human Luis cast aside. It's so creepy. I'm starting to feel sick. Let's get out of here.
Got it?
I'm worried about Maria, but let's do what we can for now. Okay.